I am honored to once again be invited to make a presentation to the Kyiv International Conference on Spirituality. I do so with deep awareness of this as a critical time in the life of the people of Ukraine. I dedicate my presentation to the courage and steadfastness of the people as they defend the freedom and independence of their country. The purpose of this presentation is to briefly examine elements radically affecting the evolution of consciousness, spirituality, and awareness in the human species in an age of rapid exponential change. Evolution is the change in living organisms over time. Evolution is at the core of the complexification of consciousness. It is over 165 years since the publication of Darwin's Origin of Species. Within the specific community embracing an ever-growing number of disciplines, evolutionary theory has global acceptance. Of primary focus is the origin of life on this planet. From elemental matter through the simplest organisms to the increasing complexities of life in planet, animal, and human species manifestations. This increasing complexity in physical life is paralleled by increasing consciousness to the point where many view evolution as the rise of consciousness and consciousness as at the pinnacle of evolutionary processes. We are awakening to the realization that we ourselves are evolving, that the pace of our involvement in evolutionary processes is accelerating, and that we are progressively assuming significant roles as co-participants in the very processes of evolution. The topic is exceptionally broad. I can only hope to present a series of thoughts and concepts which, taken together, may be helpful to your reflections on human awareness, consciousness, and spirituality. The definitions and descriptions used are sourced in the artificial intelligence tool known as Copilot and other internet search tools. There follows a brief concept definition descriptions. Each is a study discipline in its own right. Consciousness in humans is awareness of internal and external existence. Some key aspects include subjective experience, perceptions, self-reflection, conceptual thought, memory, and learning. Awareness is the state of being aware, having knowledge and understanding that something is happening or exists. It involves being conscious of one's surroundings, feelings, and external events. Spirituality is the belief in something beyond oneself, striving to answer questions about the meaning of life, how people are interconnected, truths about the universe, and mysteries of human existence. Global consciousness refers to the capacity and disposition to understand and act upon global key issues. Key aspects of global consciousness include interconnectedness, the recognition that we are all part of a shared human experience, regardless of geographical boundaries or cultural differences. Secondly, an understanding of global issues actively engages all in critical global challenges, including sustainability, climate change, human rights, global governance, and social justice. 3. Collective responsibility involving the recognition of roles in shaping the world, necessitating commitments to positive actions that contribute to global well-being. In summary, global consciousness transcends individual perspectives, fostering a sense of shared responsibility for our planet and its inhabitants. The concepts of biosphere and noosphere further elaborate the concept of global consciousness. Biosphere is where living organisms are found on, above, and below the Earth's surface. It is thus one large ecosystem characterized by living things, non-living factors, and energy working together as a single unit. Noosphere is a concept developed by Teilhard de Chardin, Edouard Leroy, and biochemist Volodymyr Vernadsky, representing a collective human mind, a global network of interconnected thought, information, and consciousness. Communication among humans contributes to planetary consciousness, transcending individual perspectives, and thus forming the noosphere. The emergence of consciousness from physical planetary matter is viewed as parallel with the increasing complexity of living beings. As humans emerged through the interplay of environment and genetics, so did the emerging complexity of human consciousness. From current study, genetics appear to have a certain constancy in humans. Perhaps it is better to say that changes in genetics occur over long periods of time. Still, there is significant evidence that over the past centuries, mostly due to human interventions, we have an implosion of radical physical and social environmental changes. A question that appears important to ask is, do the profound planetary changes in physical and social environments experienced in recent centuries and decades act as accelerants to the emerging complexity of human consciousness? The answer is yes. A concept frequently used as an all-embracive description of change elements in interaction that is that of the exponentiality of change. Exponentiality is a mathematical term describing a continuous rate of change equivalently doubling or halving over successive fixed periods of time. This slide is illustrative of a graphic pattern that is almost universally common among current radical change elements. A few of these are listed within the graphic example of GDP development from the year 1 BCE to 2024. The slide contains reference to examples of exponential change realities current in the most recent decades: global population, life expectancy, human literacy, nutrition, water, health improvement, the Internet of Things, and instant global news. The listing is far from exhaustive. Individually, the changes are profound. Taken together through their systemic and synergistic interactions, they are demonstrative of environmental, societal, personal relationships, and human activities, profoundly altering the consciousness environment within which humans are born, live, work, love, raise families, pursue careers, and ultimately die. This slide gives expression to the accelerating growth of technologies and applications of an ever-expanding range of products that have global availability. Soon, by using computers, laptops, and cell phones with the aid of search software, recently developing artificial intelligence tools such as chatbots, Copilot, and the iCloud, humans everywhere have access to what may be termed the global library. This slide projects the doubling of internet build-out at every 12 hours, and the knowledge curve as doubling every 12 months. One might now conclude that over 90% of humans have digital access to the global library. The whole of humanity now has access to almost the totality of human knowledge. Never before has such access been available to all of humanity. It is an understatement to say that consciousness, spirituality, and awareness implications are profound. This concept is meant to include all aspects of human knowledge, including art, music, cultural trends, research, history, and the full scope of human knowledge sources. It is already the source of profound changes in personal knowledge, consciousness, spirituality, awareness, and religious adherence. Such changes will both continue and accelerate. Let us now turn to brief consideration of two concepts viewed as major trends in consciousness evolution. Transhumanism. Technology is surrounded in the creativity of humans. The application of technologies to human enhancements is expressed in the phrase transhumanism, now described as a philosophic and scientific concept examining the use of current and emerging technologies to augment human capacities and develop the human condition. Transhumanism involves genetic modifications, implanted microcomputer chips, bodily part replacements, etc. There are serious ethical issues involved with the continuing exponentiality of technology and its use in the future of transhuman evolution. Technological singularity, also called the singularity, refers to a theoretical future event at which computer intelligence surpasses that of humans. Included at its extreme is the concern that computers, through their ability to refine, repair, and reproduce themselves, will surpass human capacities and in this way become determiners of consciousness evolution. This leads to the debate concerning singularity possibilities, the ethics involved, and the meanings of future evolution of the human species. The purpose of this presentation was to briefly examine elements radically affecting consciousness, spirituality, and awareness evolution of the human species in an age of rapid exponential change. By way of conclusion, I have included this slide depicting 6 epochs of evolution. Let me conclude by quoting 3 phrases from the graphic. First, the overall phrase, 6 epochs of evolution. Evolution works through indirection. It creates a capacity and then it uses that capacity to evolve the next stage. Epoch 5 is a merger of technology and human intelligence. The methods of biology are integrated into the human technology base. Epoch 6, the universe wakes up. Patterns of matter and energy in the universe become saturated with human processes and knowledge. Someday, after mastering waves, winds, tides and gravity. We shall harness God for the energies of love. And then, for the second time in the history of the world, we will have discovered fire. Teilhard de Chardin. Thank you for this presentation opportunity.